Yo, it's BPM TV and I'm back 2025 and you could catch me on every single platform here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, don't matter, I'm there. But you know who's also making it known that he is here? Donald Trump. And not even 1 week into his inauguration, he's already signed off on some crazy executive orders. One, from saying that only two genders will be recognized within the United States. And that's very controversial with a lot of people, basically coming out and, expressing themselves in a multitude of ways. So that'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. Then you have the Tuskegee Airmen and the curriculum being taken out of the United States Air Force, which is insane regarding that they were essentially the heroes of World War II. And then you have the rollbacks of DEI initiatives, and then all of these big companies and big stores falling back on those as well, essentially not having people like me and other minorities' backs. So they just leaving us out to dry. And then you have the more discreet things like Donald Trump signing an executive order to declassify the files of JFK, RFK, and MLK's assassination files. And then to add on to that, we know how Trump and immigration goes. Soon as he got in office, his plan was to remove all immigrants within the United States or migrants and remove them back to their original countries. I don't know what his obsession is with that, but he's already reinstated the Remain in Mexico policy. He's already declared a national emergency at the Mexican border. He ain't playing, man. But one thing for sure, the agenda here is being heavily pushed by the elites right now, and it's being pushed more now than ever. They're attempting to separate the people, and they're not too far off from succeeding because the people, aka us, don't recognize that they're using us as pawns and chess pieces to make the big moves. I don't understand why we're still separated by party, Democrat, Republican, or religion, and they don't care what your religion, what your skin color is. They don't care about none of that. As long as they get the rule and they are the root cause and they get to control point A, point B, point C, point D, and then get to use us to control that. Hopefully we'll recognize soon, but y'all seeing these two videos that this ain't no joke. And they trying to turn us against each other, and if we don't recognize and take action soon, it'll be too late. These things are very essential to how 2025 will play out. But these two videos that I'm about to show y'all is even more proof that they are trying so hard to push the agenda one specific way. And I'm telling y'all, no matter who is in office, it all plays out the same way. And if you, the presidential candidate, can't pull out or can't run these orders the way that they want it, you will not win the election. People don't understand this. But you'll see. Watch this. Not even 1 week into his inauguration, Donald Trump, the Orange Man, is making it known that he is in office. Issued almost 2,000 pardons for the people that attacked the White House. Said that he reinstated TikTok like it wasn't part of the plan all along, like he wasn't the one who initially set the ban. But y'all didn't allow him to win. The people didn't allow him to win. The government did. When y'all start to understand that the president is the fall man and they have very little control over all these executive orders or all these laws and legislations that truly go into place, then we'll wake up as people. But in the same token, a lot of people did help put him in office. But he was going to win regardless because he doesn't mind taking a hit for the orders that they put out. No matter if it was Trump or Kamala in office, these were the executive orders that were already in line to take shape in this country. We clearly see how crazy 2025 has been already. Like, this is the blueprint, y'all. Come on. Like, you can't tell me on the same day that Trump rose back on the 1965 executive order for work discrimination, that Target rose back on DEI initiatives, and all these other stores are doing it as well. In some way or another, somebody in the comments gonna have an excuse about this shit. Like, shut your ass up. You don't understand. And to add on so that y'all really understand, federal agencies will not be acknowledging Black History Month this year. But personally, I don't even really care about this one because Black history should always be taught. The truth, the trials, the tribulations, the stress, the trauma, the success, the wealth that we truly have and embody as a Black community. And of course, if not more controversial, Trump has also ruled that we will only recognize two genders in the United States. And like the Lord would say, I don't judge, but I'm going to leave that up to y'all to talk about. Leave me out of that.
And then lastly, of course, is always immigration with Trump. Now, getting into his 2025 campaign, Trump has declared a national emergency at the Mexican border. And while doing that, he has also reinstated the Remain in Mexico policy. And while doing that, he also looks to remove birthright citizenship from any child that is born in the United States from an undocumented quote-unquote immigrant. And the excuse that, oh, people are taking up jobs is more than enough jobs for people who want them. It's just crazy how the government could get a man in office and have him do certain things, but at the same time not want him in office because he's typical to say some things or do some things that they don't like. And Trump is a wild card. Sometimes he likes to play president, and sometimes he likes to play expose the government. Which brings me to this next executive order. Trump signed an executive order to declassify JFK, RFK, and MLK's assassination files. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video, but this is the real reason that I'm here. The truth shall be free. Yo, this shit about to get serious. Let's get straight to it. Trump signs executive order giving the government 15 days to declassify the files on JFK, RFK, and MLK's assassinations. That's crazy. We already know what I think about JFK. John F. Kennedy was the last great president that we had as a country. A man with a moral compass and a true patriotism and love for the United States and its people. We don't have that no more. And his assassination and the way that he ran his campaign is the reason why. In the 1960s, you were frowned upon immensely if you spoke out in support of black people or minorities. But JFK, he had no problem doing that. But the difference is, he didn't care how the elites viewed him either. And sadly, because of that, they said, we gotta make him hush. And now. And then you have that, the Lyndon B. Johnson being sworn in immediately after his assassination, where you have the wife of JFK on the side of Lyndon B. Johnson as he's being sworn in, just after her husband was assassinated. And then behind them was the man, Albert Thomas, with the wink. And remember, immediately after the assassination of JFK, y'all already know about that, to Martin Luther King. And we definitely don't even have to go into detail as to why he was assassinated. People of color and minorities in general, we all get the same treatment. I don't know why certain people feel as though they're excluded, like they're not in the same boat as me. Just because your skin's lighter, don't mean they like you, bro. Trust. Like, you voted for Trump for no reason. He really don't like you, bro. And to have the mindset of someone who doesn't judge in power, that's frowned upon. And we see why. Every single leader in the 1960s was assassinated that stood up for black rights. MLK, JFK, RFK, Malcolm X, Dunzo, and all because they stood up for equality. They don't want that. But now, Trump has signed an executive order saying that the truth must come out. And then, of course, we have RFK. And a similar well-polished man like JFK stood for equality, black rights, minority rights. The United States of America and its people was also assassinated in 1968. So to me, it's safe to say the elites, they had their hands busy. And it's clear that there's a specific agenda going on here, and the people are so blind and so sheepish to it that we have not yet understood what's going on here. And now, in correlation to JFK and RFK, we have RFK Jr. that is still here and is still fighting against these elites and these organizations. From equality to fighting the food industry, the Kennedys have truly tried to purify the United States. So while I do think in the back of my mind that this could be a distraction for something bigger, the declassification of these files could set truth to a lot of things. But why would he sign an executive order to declassify these files if he didn't know the truth?